Well, it can be a deadly problem plaguing our country. Every 81 minutes, a pedestrian is killed by a driver somewhere. In 2020, that meant 6,516 people who never made it home. Here in Indianapolis, it's a problem that's now getting a closer look.
City officials, advocates, and many Hoosiers are asking what can be done to keep us safe.
Now, Fox 59's Nick McGill joins us tonight with a closer look at the mission to turn some of these unsafe streets safe again.
Yeah, and we've done these stories, guys. We know this is an issue right now. We're seeing a big increase in crashes involving pedestrians and cyclists, particularly during and coming out of the pandemic. The big question is why. Experts have pointed to reckless driving behavior, more people out on the roads, population shifts, even the increased desire for people to use alternative means of travel outside of cars. But bottom line, it doesn't have to be this way. We can be better, and it turns out that does include some literal concrete changes officials want to see made to hopefully save some lives. Now at 7, 2 people are dead after being hit while riding bikes.
That a woman was hit and killed
After being hit by a car.
while riding his bike.
They happen almost daily, changing, even ending lives. But can something be done?
Some people call them accidents. They view them as just like these inevitabilities. The reality is that there are things that we can do in our communities to improve the safety of everyone.
Andrea Miller with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Planning Organization says those improvements need to happen soon. In 2020, the latest year where comprehensive data is available, Central Indiana saw the number of pedestrian deaths nearly double from an average of 29 to 49. Deadly crashes involving bicyclists also more than doubled. Change needs to happen. The IMPO believes this 78-page document lays the groundwork for one type of change, a comprehensive plan to change the infrastructure of the Hoosier State's most dangerous roadways, hopefully creating safer streets.
They're built into our city, and fixing these will take time and money, but we need to make the effort now.
Within their Safe Streets Safety Action Plan, the IMPO identified what they called their high injury network, nearly 60 corridors across the area that, while making up just 10% of local roadways, account for 29% of serious and fatal crashes. The IMPO says design changes like narrower lanes, more traffic lights, signage, and buffer zones keeping the public further away from cars can help reduce the number of incidents. Federal grant dollars from the Safe Streets and Roads for All program could help pay the way for these changes.
Here on Shadeland Avenue, the 5-mile stretch of road running from 465 to Washington Street was labeled as one of the most dangerous in the high-impact network, with 8 crashes resulting in pedestrians suffering incapacitating injuries and 5 pedestrians being killed. Here on 38th, from Keystone to Midhofer, 4 pedestrians were killed.
It's kind of sad because you're afraid even to come out to go to the store.
In the block, up in the block.
Those on 2 wheels are equally as concerned as those on 2 feet.
If you design roads like mini highways in the middle of a city, they're going to be treated like mini highways in the middle of the city.
And you can see the front, it's got pretty good power.
Connie Zabo Schmucker is the advocacy director for Bicycle Garage Indy. Last October, her friend and longtime Bicycle Garage employee Frank Radiker was hit and killed at 86th and the Monon. Since then, Schmucker has joined those in the cycling community calling for change, including more protection for cyclists on the Monon.
A lot of roads in the U.S. and in Indianapolis, we're not alone in this, are designed for the speed of traffic and not the safety of the users.
Speed and red light cameras have been shown to reduce fatal or serious injury accidents by up to 44%, according to the CDC. But Indiana law currently prohibits the use of automated enforcement. Last year, a measure that would bring speed cameras to construction zones failed to move forward.
Budgets reflect values. And right now there is a bicycle and pedestrian safety crisis.
As for the IMPO's plan to change the roads themselves, the federal government is expected to announce what initial projects will receive funding grants in January.
Now, as we wait to see what road projects will get that funding from the federal government, we also reached out to Indy DPW to see if they had any projects in the works designed to make things safer for pedestrians and cyclists. A spokesperson told me that while they are working with the IMPO to make some upgrades, there are a few projects that are already in the works, which includes an $11.5 million rehab of the Monon Trail from 10th Street all the way to 96. Remember, that's an area that people said they wanted to see safety upgrades implemented. The first phase of that is being completed this week, with the remainder expected to be finished in 2024. In the studio, Nick McGill, Fox 59 News.